Hello guys, it's AOD here with a new Demon Hunter video. In this one, I will be showing you some gameplay from a level 43 solo Greater Rift, as well as some side commentary. You might notice that the Rift wasn't recorded from the start. That's simply because the first level, which gave me a nice head start by the way, contained easy mobs such as summoners and whatnot, and I figured it would make for a pretty boring video if so, especially if it continued the same way. The next level, however, had Act 5 mobs, and at that point I started recording. The third level being quite good as well, with some Act 2 and 4 mobs. In case you're wondering what Rift Guardian I got in the end, it was the Infernal Maiden. I also realized that some of you guys watching this and playing other classes as main, the gameplay doesn't seem all that engaging, especially the part where you're hiding behind walls, the dodge jailer, or in general most affixes. However, you must understand that M6 is the only choice we currently have as Demon Hunters, and we can't really tank anything compared to other classes. We pretty much get one-shot almost by everything at this level, even with Unity on. In this run, I'm using the usual cold build, which you probably already know about since almost everyone is using it for solo play. I also covered this build in an older video of mine. Minor difference here is the fact that I'm using the Zeiss gem instead of Bane of the Powerful. There's some advantages and disadvantages of using this gem though, at least for solo play. For group, it's without a doubt the best choice to make, but let's get back to solo. Anyway, the problem is it requires a lot of micromanagement on your part to get the full benefit of it. Considering the gem effect takes into consideration the distance between each sentry and the mob it's attacking, it requires you to pay attention to where you'll be placing your sentries, even more so than usual, so they're as far away from the mobs as possible. If you're already having trouble dodging nasty affixes and staying alive, then you most likely shouldn't be using this. I'm also not using it to the max of its potential, but I'm trying my best while I'm getting the hang of it better. Problem with Bane of the Powerful is that although while the buff is up the gem is great, it heavily relies on what type of rift you'll be getting. If you barely have any elite packs in the way on trash, you won't have any benefit from it, since the secondary is only elite damage. Also, from personal experience, when reaching the Rift Guardian, most of the time I didn't have the buff, since it kind of requires you to be lucky enough to have an elite pack right before him. Considering most Rift Guardians take up to 2 minutes to kill, depends which one though, this is just an average, the buff will also fall off most of the time, leaving you with only 15% damage bonus against them. Another thing you might notice is the fact that I'm not using max video settings, and I also removed the damage numbers via the options menu. I'm using the option called LowFX simply because it lowers the particle effects dramatically, which will allow you to better see what's going on your screen and let you live longer, since you'll be able to dodge the dangerous affixes easier. And one last thing I'd like to mention, something that most of you probably know by now, but either way I felt it should be said. Once you get to a pretty high level such as 41 and manage to clear that almost every single time, you're not that far off 42 or 43. Don't be discouraged by having lower rank gems, just look at my gems compared to people who also run group content, or maybe less DPS, because at the end of the day the biggest difference will be what type of rift you will get, what density, type of mobs and affixes. You can be the best geared Demon Hunter in the world and the most skilled one. Having a ghost pack in Scavenger's Den for example, with Jailer and a few other affixes, will just make you Alt F4 no matter what. So just get as many keys as possible, be relaxed, and try to make the best out of the rifts you'll be getting. No reason to stress yourself over factors that you can't control. Well, hope you enjoyed the rest of the video guys, and I'll see you next time.